Thanks for tuning in to the NHL Flash presented by Bardown Hockey. I'm Tyson Geick. The 2015 Stanley Cup playoffs are right around the corner. And you know who has the ability to make playoff hockey even better? An awesome hockey play-by-play commentator. Yeah, sure. There's nothing quite like being in a playoff hockey game live. I was at Game 6 of the Western Conference Final last year in LA, and it was incredible, and a night that I'll never forget. But these guys have the power to make watching hockey from home that much better. As I've gotten older, and involved in hockey broadcasting, I've studied some of these broadcasting greats for years. These commentators have the ability to tell a story, to add another amazing element to the game of hockey. Watching hockey at home just wouldn't be the same without them. When we listen to these commentators, we can't help but look at them and say,
that is the voice of an angel.
Your voice is like a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
I think you took on the shape of a unicorn.
Now on this installment of the NHL Flash, we're taking a look at the top 5 active hockey commentators. He began his hockey broadcasting in 1969 on CBC Radio, and just 4 years later, moved on to be a part of Hockey Night in Canada. He has broadcast at least one game of the Stanley Cup Final from 1980 to 2008, and was the voice of Hockey Night in Canada on CBC for decades. At the age of 81, he still seems as young as ever, and is a voice on Sportsnet's Hockey Night in Canada. Yeah, sure, he'll mix up the odd name or two, but you can tell that the excitement is just as strong as ever for this hockey commentator, and it translates well with fans. When this play-by-play man is calling a game, everything is happening. Coming in at number 5, oh baby, it's Bob Cole.
What a goal! What a move! Lemieux! Oh baby! Oh my goodness! Scores! There's Joe Sakic! Scores! It's over for Hanso scores! Hanso wins the game for Chicago! And the place goes crazy!
After being injured in hockey himself, this commentator got involved in broadcasting after friends convinced him to appear on his school's radio station. He started from the bottom, calling local high school sports games and then being brought on to call games in the AHL, where he rode the bus for 5 years before being hired as the Washington Capitals commentator in 1994. 21 years later, Alexander Ovechkin's goals just wouldn't quite be the same without him. Coming in at number 4, it's Joe Beninati.
Toe drag scores, yes! He scores! Alex Ovechkin, dangalicious! Score! Ovechkin fires, he scores! Alexander the Great, the rightful goal-scoring king of Washington.
This commentator got his big break during the 1988 Stanley Cup playoffs. Working as a reporter in Washington, during a game between the Capitals and Devils, there was a power outage in Montreal that caused the game in Montreal to be postponed. With nothing to put to air, CBC was left with no choice but to turn to this commentator and put him on the spot, where he had to host, provide analysis, and call play-by-play for the game between the Capitals and Devils. He shone when put in the spotlight and caught CBC's attention. And for his performance, he was even nominated for a Gemini Award. Now calling games on NBC Sports and TSN, this commentator's been credited with calling one of the most famous goals in Canadian hockey history. Coming in at number 3, it's Chris Cuthbert.
Scores! Again! They're looking for the goal! Down the ice! Scored! Martin Brodeur! Sidney Crosby! The golden goal!
In his early career, during the early 1980s, this commentator spent time on Canucks radio broadcasts. In 1987, he went on to work with TSN and can be credited with giving TSN's show That's Hockey its name after he said this on a number of hockey broadcasts. This commentator would go back to work with the Vancouver Canucks for a number of years before being hired by CBC's Hockey Night in Canada in 2005. The following season, he would go on to replace Bob Cole as Hockey Night in Canada's frontman. This commentator was also the voice of the EA Sports NHL series and is now with Rogers Sportsnet as the lead announcer on Hockey Night in Canada. Coming in the number 2 spot is Jim Hughson.
Shoots, scores! Great save, Luongo on Ovechkin. Shoots, save, Luongo! Save for Alex Perloff. Great save, Luongo! Todd Pichetti scores! Shoots, scores! Duya takes a shot, scores! Poland scores! Rebound is loose, Sagan can't get it. Score! Grab by shot! They score! Alec Martin Martinez gets the goal.
This commentator received his PhD in communications from Bowling Green State University, which might give away his nickname. He began broadcasting sports professionally in 1973 when he got his start as the play-by-play announcer for the IHL's Port Huron Flags. Years later, after having worked for the Flyers and the Devils as their play-by-play commentator, he is now the voice of the NHL on NBC and the newest voice of the EA Sports NHL series. He became the first hockey announcer to win a National Sports Emmy for Outstanding Sports Personality Play-by-Play for his work on the NHL on NBC. He has won the NSSA Sportscaster of the Year award and was named Sports Illustrated Sports Media Person of the Year in 2014. Additionally, he's won the Foster Hewitt Memorial Award by the Hockey Hall of Fame and has been inducted to the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame. At number 1, it's Mike Doc Emrick. Boom! How's that to get you excited for the Stanley Cup playoffs? Don't forget to tune in to the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs beginning April 15th. Now, honorary mention going out to the Buffalo Sabres play-by-play commentator Rick Jeanneret and to Sportsnet's Hockey Night in Canada's Paul Romanuk, who has done a great job since coming on board with Rogers. Everyone's got their favorite hockey commentator. Who's yours? Comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in to the NHL Flash presented by Bardown Hockey. Until next time, I'm Tyson Geick. It's really hard to believe that this rookie was traded to the Nashville Predators from the Washington Capitals by former Capitals general manager George McPhee in exchange for Martin Erat and Michael Latta back in 2013, all to support a Capitals playoff push at the time.
What? What an idiot! Oh, what a loser! Good!